What's going on, America? This is Kevin from Kevin's Corner. And apparently President Trump and Jeff Sessions, Jeffrey. Apparently President Trump and Jeffrey is having a little cat fight. And Jeff can't seem to understand why the president is a little frustrated by his performance with the Department of Justice and his inability to step in and put this mess to bed. Okay, I'm going to help Jeff out today. Okay, first things first. President Trump, what he's doing right now is he's coaching Jeff to quit. You can coach somebody to quit. You know, go public, say a couple things about them, let them know how you feel about them, kind of ignore them on the job, don't give them no pats on the back, kind of make them feel like, you know what, let me get out of here before I get fired. I think some of us have been there before where you feel the heat coming down on you. Yeah, you hear the song in the background, the heat is on. You like, man, let me find another gig before he dropped the hammer on me, because it's coming. And well deserved. Because see, personally, when Jeff got hired, I was like, okay, he picked up his own special cause, which is, focusing on illegal immigration, which is good. But that means nothing if you allow the whole Justice Department to railroad a sitting president right before your eyes, Jeff. Right before your eyes. And it's happening, and everybody sees it except for you, apparently. And you come out and you say things like, I'm not going to let my Justice Department be politicized, and you took reign of the Justice Department from the day that you came in. No, that's not what you did. You recused yourself from the day that you came in. And my thought is, when you start seeing the whole investigation go off the rails, that's the time to unrecuse yourself and come off the bench. And right now, you're somewhere, got your head buried in the sand, while Rob Rosenstein is running amok in the whole Justice Department. When he said that he took control of the Justice Department, I was like, see, this video I had to take my shades off because I needed you to see my eyes. That was my reaction when I read his Twitter thing. What? Did you just say you took control of the Justice Department? Are you kidding? Is control of the Justice Department allowing Rob Rosenstein to give Robert Mueller unfettered just access to everything that he can possibly drum up to destroy the president? To this day, I still don't know why he wanted to look into Michael Cohen. I'm thinking to myself, what does Michael Cohen, Stormy Daniels, and the creepy porn lawyer with the tight eyes, what do they have to do with Russia collusion? What do they have to do with even obstruction of justice concerning the Russia investigation? Is it that Rob Rosenstein and Rob Mueller is saying, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go dig everywhere we can to find some type of crime, or at least enough controversial topics to write a report and justify the Democrats and the liberal media pushing forward impeachment. See, to me, that's politicizing the Justice Department. To me, when you sit back and you see no evidence on the DOJ side and Mueller's investigation for Russia collusion, but yet all the evidence on the other side that you're just overlooking. I mean, maybe it's just me. I don't have a law degree, but I'm able to see that evidence. I'm able to see that, wait a minute, if I'm going to restore any type of faith back into the Justice Department for the people, at least try to fake it and make it look like it's normal. So let me help you out, Jeff. It's not normal for the Justice Department to hold an investigation with Hillary Clinton and demand that she turn over evidence and she destroys it and nothing happens. It's not normal for all of her people to receive some type of, immunity deal, and they didn't even offer nothing. They ain't turned no evidence over. They didn't sit back and say, I'm going to squeal on somebody so I don't have to get in trouble. It's just they were offered an immunity deal because they were cool with Hillary. That's not normal. Maybe it is, Jeff, in your eyes. Maybe you're not seeing that. Maybe you don't see that could be possibly political. I mean, last I checked, it wasn't normal to allow the president, or at least a candidate, to conduct his candidacy, and you say to yourselves, we think people like from Russia are trying to infiltrate his candidacy, but y'all don't tell him. I mean, last I checked, it's not normal to do that. I would think somebody would go and tap on his shoulder and say, Mr. Trump, They trying to infiltrate you, Mr. Trump. We need to do something about this. But nobody said anything. I don't think it's normal, if it's not political. I don't think it's normal to send some operatives to check in with the Trump campaign and see if we could bait them into taking some bait so we could set them up for a Russia collusion theory, a Russia collusion interference / investigation. Yeah, I don't think that's quite normal. I don't think it's quite normal for the FBI to go and get a FISA warrant and sign off on it, and not to mention, the guy that's running the investigation right now, who's over Rob Mueller, signed off on one of these FISA warrants, and none of the stuff in the FISA in the dossier is true. I don't think that's normal for them not to tell the FISA court judge that, by the way, before we go ahead and let you sign off on this, Judge, Hillary Clinton and them, and you know how we said, and them, like mama and them, when we was growing up, in my hood, we'd be like, yo, we're mama and them. I don't even know what them mean, but we're mama and them. Well, Hillary Clinton and them, they the ones that had paid for this. Yeah, they paid for it, and we haven't verified any of the information, Judge, but we're just going off of a hunch. So could you go ahead and allow us to surveil people who obviously is not even in the in crowd of President Trump? This guy, Carter Page, and some guy I could barely even say his name, Your Honor, George Papadopoulos or whatever his name is. Yeah, these guys, yeah, we could easily disprove that they had nothing to do with Russia, but we're going to make it seem like this is serious enough for us to go spying on the Trump campaign. So go ahead and sign off on this. And then you hire a guy, Rob Rosenstein, whose name is on one of those. Now, that makes him a witness, but yet he's running the investigation. I mean, all of these people on the other side of the street of this investigation that's got guilty signs all over them. You're telling me, Jeff, maybe you haven't been paying attention to current events or reading articles or watching the news, but no evidence of Russia collusion. The investigation on who was involved in the Russian efforts have concluded. They've given the indictments. The investigation should be over, Jeff, but you're allowing them to continue to go. And so now you look across the street. On your side of the street, no evidence that the president did anything wrong. On the other side of the street, you got Sally Yates running around. You got James Comey lying about stuff and not even doing any type of thorough investigation of Hillary Clinton's emails. We just found out that they didn't even go through all those emails that they found on Anthony Weiner's laptop. They didn't feel that was necessary. They looked at a couple hundred of them or so and was like, yeah, everything looks good here. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. Case closed. Yeah, you got all that stuff going on. You got Clapper, you got Brennan, you got the Lisa Page, and then the other dude, the guy she was dating, what is his name? Peter Strzok, with the crazy. I don't know what that was. The dude, look, I don't know. He looked real special to me. He's, yeah, it's like he got possessed for a second. And for a minute, I thought his head was going to spin around and he was going to start spitting up green stuff right there at Congress. But nonetheless, you got all of these nefarious characters over here. You got Orr and his wife, and they're in cahoots funneling information back to the FBI. Then you got Robert Mueller saying, you know what, I haven't even identified a crime, but I'm going to go look for one. I know I've already gone through all the steps and processes that I need concerning this Russia collusion stuff, and I could wrap it up. But instead, let me go after, say, the president's lawyer, who had nothing to do with Russia. But I just feel it's my duty to go snooping over there, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and invade his stuff, dig through his stuff, and then I'm also going to go ahead and try to railroad some other people and make them give any type of information on the president, even though the things that they're talking about aren't crimes. But we're going to go ahead and write it up in a report so that hopefully the Democrats can use that as grounds to try to get rid of the president and impeach him. Because, see, we know that if the president stays in office after all this junk ends, all right, what he's going to do is he's probably going to fire Jeff Sessions, which he should, okay, because Jeff right now got his head buried somewhere in the sand or up his buns. He's going to fire Jeff and put somebody in there that's going to say, now, let's go to work. Let's go back through how you guys somehow came to the conclusion that Donald Trump or anybody in his campaign was involved in Russia collusion. Who are the people that put this thing together? As Tony Montana say, hey, who put this thing together, man? Me, that's who. And I think they'll find that Brennan, Clapper, Comey, Strzok, and many other players were involved in all of this stuff. But see, right now, Jeff don't see it. I guess Jeff is so focused on border control, which, you know, hey, that's important. He's so focused on illegal immigration. But aside from that, I guess he just said, I trust Rob Rosenstein, who should have recused himself, who's more involved in this than I was, but yet I decided to tap out. See? So don't tell me that you've manned up and you took control of your Justice Department. Taking control of your Justice Department means you step in and say, hey, man, what the heck is going on up in here? Man, I'm watching the news, and I see Rob Mueller all over the street. And why are you bringing the president in to interview him, and there's no reason to do it? You've talked to everybody you needed to talk to, got all the information you needed. Now, unless you think that he personally was involved with some collusion, okay, you can't get him on obstruction. So unless you think he was hollering at Vladimir Putin late at night on the phone, you know, then what do you need to interview him for? Why should he stop his everyday business and come in and talk to you, Rob Mueller? And why are you allowing this to happen, Rosenstein? What's the governor you put on this man? What are the limits, the barriers? Nothing? Oh, so he could just go anywhere he wants, and this just got an open-ended investigation? You can just go ahead and go back to his 5th grade teacher and pull her in, sweat her, threaten her job and livelihood, so she can be like, when Donald was in class one time, he said, when I grow up, I'm gonna go into cahoots with Vladimir Putin, and I'm gonna become the president and implement my diabolical scheme to be a racist and make America white again. Did I say what you told me to say? Okay, can I have my job back now? Yeah, my family and everything. You're not going to take my children's college fund? No? Okay, thank you. Yeah, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. See, I think the American people, Jeff, are able to see that either you are complicit in this, you are too, I guess, weak to jump in and say, cut it out. You're making the whole Justice Department look corrupt, bad, biased, and politicized. And not to mention, if Robert Mueller is supposed to go wherever the evidence takes him, then he's not a good hound dog, okay? Because he's not smelling the real evidence that's all over on the other side of the street laid out. I mean, I'm going, what kind of hound dog are you? You're not sniffing out crime. You know, what are you doing? All right? You're sniffing out all kind of other stuff, but it ain't crime. You're sniffing out all kind of poop, but that's not crime. So you're supposed to go after the crime. And yet, all the crime is laid out perfect for him. This man could wrap all of that up in a couple days. It's so easy, but yet he ain't doing it. And Jeff is not forcing him to do it. So what you're going to do, Jeff, is you're going to sit back and you're going to let them drum up all kind of fictitious, unnecessary, unrelated garbage so that they could get the president out, unless you want to see the president get out. I'm not sure. See, I didn't think it was a part of your position. See, when you're talking about recusing yourself, what they're doing right now has nothing to do with Russia. So why are you still sitting the bench? So do they got something on you? I'm not sure. You tell me. I mean, maybe they talking about subpoenaing you and you scared of that. I don't know. I thought you ran the Justice Department. So if that is what you're supposed to be doing, restore some type of faith in the American people. Because I'm going to let you know, Jeffrey, if you sit back and you let them go through with this witch hunt, and the Democrats, God forbid, get back in power and try some stupid stuff like impeaching the president, you would have directly and indirectly played a part in allowing your boss to get set up for some garbage. And you're trying to tell me that they're doing the right thing? I mean, you must be seeing something that I ain't seeing, Jeff. And so, yes, the president has every right. I used to sit back and I used to say to myself, well, you know, maybe the president should take it a little easy on the outward expression of how he feel about Jeff. Maybe pull him into the office and say, hey, Jeff, man, what are you doing? Did you see the paper? Did you see the fact that Rob Rosenstein is not releasing any of the files? They're redacting stuff. They don't want nobody to know what the FBI was involved with. Why are they stringing this out, Jeff? Why aren't you stepping in, Jeff, and saying, hey, unredact that stuff, or give that stuff to the investigation, Congress, give it to them? Why aren't you doing that, Jeff? I mean, you know, my thing is, I thought President Trump maybe should have handled it that way, but apparently that's not working, and Jeff doesn't watch TV. Maybe he doesn't have weekly meetings with his people to find out what's going on. I'm not sure. Maybe he just says, you know what, I trust that they're doing the right thing. Maybe that's how he feels. That's how he handles it. But to me, that's not taking control of the Justice Department, okay? So now, I'm okay. I am pro get Jeff out of there. I am pro expose Jeff if you have to, President. You sat back long enough, you tolerated this garbage, and now you got to go vocal. You got to let the people know that I think Jeff sucks. And before I would say, no, President, no, it's true. I'm saying it. I'm saying it with you, President. Jeff Sessions sucks and has to go. All right? Coach him to quit or either fire his butt after the midterm elections. All right? But Jeff sucks. Got to go. And he's talking about I take control of my Justice Department. Doesn't look like that to me. Whenever I look at the Justice Department, the music I hear in my head is you know what that music is associated with. Or yeah, that's what I hear. Means it is a complete carnival. It's a circus over in there, Jeff. And guess who is the ring leader? You, with the top hat, up there talking about step right up. Come check out the worst DOJ in history, where we allow all of these cronies to railroad a duly elected president. You've never seen this before, ladies and gentlemen. Prepare yourself. Get ready to be amazed at how I let my Justice Department set the president up for an impeachment. All right. That's what you're doing, Jeff. Now that's my take on it. Had to remove the shades today so you can see my serious eyebrow. Do you hate Jeff Sessions, Kevin? No, I don't hate Jeff Sessions, but I do pity the fool. Well, what are your predictions after the midterm elections for Jeff Sessions? Predictions? Pain. You know who that is, Clubber Lang. God bless you. Find me on Facebook, Twitter. Check me out Wednesday nights, 7:30 in Kevin's Corner. And if you want to donate to Kevin's Corner, there's links in the bottom to do so. God bless. If I can stop my thing from recording here, it's crazy.